Welcome back to the business section on Weekly News Roundup. These are recorded Fridays at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the shows live or just watch these short news clips instead. So today's affiliate link for sponsorship, if you want to help support the channel, you can check out A2 Hosting if you are in need of a website for your business or maybe your personal applications. I run all my websites, all my clients' websites on A2 Hosting. They have great service. And they have some really good, really reasonable rates. Easy to use platforms. You can manage your emails, your personal cloud system. I run my Nextcloud on here and all my emails. So have a look at those if you are interested in getting a website up. All right. So first, hey, they first talked about this a couple years ago and everyone was in a big old tissy fit about it, and now nobody cares anymore because the whole world goes meh, meh, meh. And the Xbox is now releasing the all-digital version in Europe. So no more discs, no more anything. You just put this bad boy on the internet and it just downloads everything that you need, and it's an entirely system. This is so... This, guys, if you're a gamer, this is the end of gaming as you know it. This is... You can no longer buy a game and play it as long as you have the hardware. This is complete, pure integration with all of the online services, all of the online systems. This is the end of gaming. It's the beginning of the end. You are now slaves sold to the Babylon of gaming. Think of that. So this is starting to sell in Europe, 229 euros. And like I said, there's no anything. You put it on the internet connection and everything is just downloaded. This was their goal a few years ago. There was enough uproar about it at that point in time. But now they're killing the used game market. They've been working on that. They've successfully done that for the most part. They're even killing stores like GameStop, and so there goes another store. And this is bad. This is not good. So very frightening. Very frightening. Even more frightening is, Samsung had this whole deal about these Galaxy foldable phones. $2,000 for a phone. Most of you guys look at this and said, I wouldn't even pay like $1,000 for a phone. Well, it turns out that these amazing phones, they get pushed out, and the phones that get pushed out, everyone's talking about these flip foldable Galaxy phones. You open it up, it's like a little tablet, and they're just breaking in half. Literally on day one, nearly everybody who has received a preview copy of it, they are just breaking, they are snapping, they are having all sorts of issues. This one you can see they have a bulge on the right. So you can see that this is not technology that's ready to go to the market. Certainly not for $2,000. If you wanted to buy one of these things for $2,000, you need a checkup from the neck up. I'm telling you what. But this is, this is what happens when you get all riled up about this new technology. This is so amazing. It's an awesome, huge flip-fold phone. And then the thing ends up being crap because, when you take some type of glass display and you start folding it, it tends to break. It doesn't take Chemistry 101 to figure this out. So, yeah, they're breaking left, right, and center. Samsung's like, we're investigating the few of these. Yeah, like everybody. Investigate a lot of them. Kind of frightening. But that's that, I guess. This is a neat one. Should I agree? I'll agree just so you guys can read the headlines. I don't agree, but anyway. From Business Wire, so Toyota, Denso, and SoftBank fund Uber's Advanced Technology Group for $1 billion. Now, this is one of the challenges I have with some of these gig economy deals. These guys don't have this noble thing of having this workforce of self-employed contract drivers all over the world. That's not their end game. And if you are a driver for this company, do not rely on it in the long term. Their goal is to get you out of that seat so they can own the cars and all of the technology is self-driving. Now, Eli, the computer guy, I think it was the other day, did a great video talking about some of the problems with these technologies, where if you're driving an Uber, one of the things that Uber has right now, Uber and Lyft that they have right now, is that the contractor brings the car and they have the car, not only the asset of the car, but the liability of the car. But while they're driving it, the guys in the back, I mean, think of the things that go on in the Uber cars already. It's already frightening. I mean, think of a taxi. It's already frightening. Can you imagine what people in this country are going to do? I mean, maybe all around the world, but United States particularly. We are the country that a hitchhiking robot started in Canada, traveled the world. His first day in United States, the robot gets mugged and decapitated in the city of brotherly love. I mean, come on, people. These are Americans. Can you imagine what people are going to do in those cars if they're autonomous and there's not a human being in the car? I wouldn't want to be the second person in that car of the day. There's going to be something bad going on in those places. You're going to have people that just for the fun of it are going to be pooping on the seats. You're going to have vomit all over the place. You're going to have people vandalizing things. You might have people back there installing secret cameras. Who knows what's going to go on in the back of these things? All right. But the ultimate thing about these gig economy deals is that their ultimate task is not to give you, the drivers, a job. Their goal is to get you out of a job. Their goal is to get enough people to get rid of their cars and to rely on their services, and then they're going to pull the trigger. They're going to be the only ones that own the cars. It's all going to be automation, and now we are, once again, sold to Babylon. And this is a problem. So that is why these big companies are investing so much money in Uber right now. It says advanced technology groups. This is for the self-driving car group. This is the group in Uber working on the self-driving cars so that they can get the drivers out of the job and own everything. Right now, their biggest expense is paying people. That's their biggest expense, paying people. You get rid of that expense, their corporate profits go up drastically. They can cut their workforce by like 90%, keep a whole lot more profit for themselves, and that's kind of what their goal is. That's their end game. Resist. Hashtag resist. All right? Keep your car. Just don't put it on a car payment. They're like, oh, it costs so much money to own a car. No, it costs so much money to lease a car. It costs so much money to buy a new car. Get something with cash. I bought my car 10 years ago for $6,000. I've put like such minimum into that thing in 10 years. It doesn't cost a lot to run a car. It costs a lot if you're brain dead and you're leasing the thing, or if you're going up justifying your car payment. Realize the average car payment in America right now is $500 a month. That's ludicrously insane. Just buy cash for a car that works. Don't worry about how cool and impressive it is. But this is their end game. To get everybody to get rid of their cars, so they're the ones with the cars, and they're self-driving, and they get to keep more of the profit. And then you're reliant on them, so they can jack up your prices if they want to. Kind of fun. Oh man, there's more Facebook? Yeah, Facebook security lapse affected millions of Instagram users. Basically, they were storing your passwords for Instagram in plain text. Hashtag change your password. I mean, so yeah, yet another issue. I think, by the way, I think the last several articles are security related. I had a few security ones that were great. Facebook apparently, Instagram passwords apparently were in this. I had somebody sent me, a client sent me a new project. They're like, can we maintain this site? I look at it. It's like, dude, this is a home brewed CMS. The username and the password are in the data. I don't even have to drill into the database. I just saw the field names were literally the admin username and the admin password in plain text. I'm like, that can't be this insecure. Copy, paste, boom. I had access to the site. I said, this site needs rebuilt. We need to burn this thing and get a new site that actually has a little bit of, maybe just a touch of security in it, you know? And so we're getting, you know, this is problematic. On to Microsoft. Microsoft has had some problems, all right? Number one major problem with Microsoft this week. Internet Explorer security flaw allows hackers to steal files. You're like, who uses Internet Explorer? That's not the question. The question is it installed in your computer? And unless you've actually manually uninstalled it, it's there. It doesn't matter if you use it. It's a loophole in the system that allows Internet Explorer to steal files even if you don't use Internet Explorer. The mere presence of it on your machine, which even includes the latest patched Windows 10 machines, will still allow people to get in there and steal your files. All right. Now, this article, actually, I didn't pull in the other one, but this article just says, oh, it's Internet Explorer. It turns out that Edge has the same mistake, the same problem. So there is something that is supposed to, if you download a file, it's supposed to get tagged with a line that says this is from the internet. And then if it's a file that opens in default, so like I think a GIF default on a Windows system opens in Internet Explorer. So if you open a GIF and it opens up Windows Explorer, it's supposed to sandbox that instance. Well, if you're on Edge and you download it, it puts the tag on there twice and it confuses the system and removes the file from sandboxing. So whether you download it from Chrome or Firefox or Edge, this vulnerability allows a file to get into the Internet Explorer system and compromise actual systems on your operating system. So kind of funny. And the hilarious thing is they kind of said, we're tabling this for later. It's kind of considered a serious bug, though. Oh, this was an embarrassing one from earlier this week. It came out earlier this week. Apparently, since around January until around early April, hackers could get into your Hotmail, Outlook, any accounts that were owned by Microsoft. Now, Microsoft says, oh, we figured this out, and they could only see subject lines. But the hackers actually said, oh, no, that's not true. We had contents of emails, and they proved it by sending some reporters some real contents of real emails. And so Microsoft is downplaying that this isn't all that serious, but the reality is a lot of people using Hotmail or Outlook or MSN email accounts, your total account could have been completely compromised. People may have known everything you're doing by reading through your emails. That's a huge concern, very huge concern. Microsoft did confirm this. I think that they have this patch at this point in time, but you never know. It's Microsoft. They don't patch things anymore. Their QA team's on permanent hiatus. And then, of course, if you are updating your system, I hope you're not using McAfee, because McAfee, Sophos, Avira, Avast, all of them, Windows Update just breaks the system. So if you have one of these, well, if you have Sophos, Avira, and Avast, Windows will not even update for you right now, because you're using those systems. McAfee, they're investigating. Chances are they're going to block McAfee users from updating Windows as well. Basically, Windows Update kills the antivirus software. Maybe it's just their way of trying to get everyone on their own Windows Defender system. There's a thought. But yeah, apparently the patch released April 9th is completely breaking several different antivirus programs. So keep your computer secure with your antivirus. Of course, if you're on Windows 10, that you really can't, because Windows 10 updates keep on breaking antivirus. This is not a new thing. It happens a lot. Kind of frightening. Let me know what you think about all of these exciting stories in the comments down below. Did you have a problem with your McAfee breaking? I call it McAfee. I think it's McAfee. I don't know. My apologies. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comments down below. You can help support the channel with the links up above me or in the description down below, and follow along on the social media platforms if you want to get regular updates.